Welcome to the channel. Today we're confronting a hard truth. Financial freedom is a lie if you don't master one essential budgeting secret: granularity. In a world of unstable job markets and persistent inflation, guesswork is not a plan. Understanding your expenses is not just step one, it is the only step that truly matters. We'll break down where most budgets fail, expose the hidden costs that quietly destroy financial independence, show you the 60% rule that defines long-term stability, and give you a 90-day action plan to convert estimates into real, controlled spending. Now, let's start by laying out the roadmap for this video. Here's our agenda. First, why vague budgets fail. Then, the secret of granularity. Next, we'll expose hidden costs and explain sinking funds. After that, comes the 60% rule for stability. And we'll finish with a 90-day action plan to master your spending. Along the way, we'll use short quizzes to help you cement the ideas. With that in mind, let's confront the myth head-on. The myth says if you earn enough and save consistently, financial independence will follow. In reality, many high earners with solid savings still derail because their budgets are vague. A single monthly credit card payment tells you nothing unless it's broken down by purpose. If you can't define where your largest variable expenses go, you don't have a budget. You have an estimate. Precision is what wins. Now let's explore exactly where the typical budget falls apart. Most people fail because they summarize spending into one or two large, ambiguous lines. A $1,500 credit card line is useless unless you can explain the mix of dining, entertainment, groceries, and subscriptions hiding inside it. Vague categories lead to vague decisions, and vague decisions lead to overspending. A particularly dangerous sign is a miscellaneous category over $100 a month. That is not flexibility. It is concealment from yourself. Estimates are not budgets. Precision is power. Next, let's reveal what precision actually looks like. Discipline means granularity. Break variable spending into micro-categories like groceries, dining out, coffee, fuel, maintenance, haircuts, clothing, medical copays, prescriptions, gifts, and subscriptions. Replace the word miscellaneous with explicit tags so nothing hides. Track by merchant and purpose for 90 days to convert guesses into data. Then create specific dollar limits per category and enforce them. With this structure in place, we can finally expose the hidden costs that quietly break financial plans. Hidden costs undermine financial independence because we fail to plan for them. Annual increases are common in utilities, insurance, and property taxes. Maintenance for vehicles and homes is inevitable. Personal care items such as haircuts, clothing, medical copays, and prescriptions are recurring realities. Gifts and events arrive every year. These are not surprises. They are poorly anticipated expenses. The solution is sinking funds, dedicated buckets that accrue a little each month to cover non-monthly bills when they arrive. To make that concrete, let's look at a simple sinking fund blueprint. This table shows a practical sinking fund setup. For each category, estimate the annual cost, divide by 12, and move that amount into a dedicated account or category every month. For example, $900 per year for auto maintenance becomes $75 per month. $1,200 for home repairs becomes $100 per month. Property tax at $2,400 becomes $200 per month. The same logic applies to insurance premiums, medical or dental, gifts, and travel. Automating these transfers ensures that when the bill hits, the money is already set aside. With hidden costs handled, we can now address the stability anchor, the 60% rule. A crucial benchmark for financial security is the 60% rule. Your fixed expenses, mortgage or rent, property taxes, insurance, and essential utilities should consume no more than 60% of your monthly income. If your fixed burn exceeds that threshold, you lose the flexibility needed to handle economic shocks or to accelerate saving for financial independence. If you find yourself above 60%, you must reduce fixed costs, increase income, or both. To see the contrast, let's compare two households side by side. On the left, a household with fixed costs at or below 60% enjoys flexible cash flow, consistent saving and investing, better resilience to inflation, and the ability to fund sinking funds automatically. On the right, a household with fixed costs over 60% faces tight cash flow, irregular saving, and vulnerability to rate increases and inflation. In that scenario, sinking funds are the first to be skipped, and surprise bills create real damage. Knowing this, let's build a concrete 90-day action plan. Here is your 90-day precision plan. First, connect all accounts to a tracking tool or set up a detailed spreadsheet. In the first week, create granular categories and eliminate the miscellaneous category by replacing it with specific tags. Each day, log every transaction with a purpose and merchant. Every week, review, correct misclassifications, and adjust sinking fund targets. At the end of the first month, establish hard limits for variable categories and open subaccounts or equivalent buckets. In month 2, automate transfers into sinking funds and adjust limits as needed. In month 3, stress test your plan with seasonal spikes and refine until it holds. To reinforce these ideas, let's capture the key formulas in a concise way. Here are the core formulas and targets. The fixed expense ratio equals fixed expenses divided by net income and should be less than or equal to 0.60. The monthly sinking fund amount equals annual cost divided by 12. Replace the term miscellaneous with explicit tags such as haircut, copay, gifts, and subscriptions. If your fixed expense ratio exceeds 60%, prioritize reducing fixed costs, renegotiating bills, downsizing, or increasing income before anything else. Next, let's visualize the rollout over time. This timeline illustrates the staged rollout. We begin today by connecting accounts. In week 1, we build granular categories and remove the miscellaneous bucket. By the end of month 1, we set variable spending limits and open subaccounts for sinking funds. In month 2, we automate transfers and adjust limits as real data accumulates. In month 3, we stress test the system with expected spikes, such as insurance renewals or holiday expenses, and finalize category targets. With the rollout clear, it's time to test your understanding with a quick quiz. Quiz time. If your miscellaneous spending regularly exceeds what amount per month, it is a red flag that you are hiding spending from yourself? Options: A. $100, B. $500, C. $1,000, D. Any amount. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is A. $100. When miscellaneous spending exceeds $100 per month, it usually means you have vague or hidden spending. Replace that category with specific line items to regain control. Now, let's try one more quick question. Second quiz. Ideally, your fixed expenses should consume no more than what percentage of your monthly income? Options: A. 40%, B. 50%, C. 60%, D. 70%. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is C. 60%. Keeping fixed costs at or below 60% preserves the flexibility to save, invest, and manage unexpected expenses without derailing your progress. With the quizzes complete, let's consolidate the key points. The key takeaways are as follows. Granularity beats guesswork. Sinking funds convert surprises into scheduled payments. Keeping fixed expenses at or below 60% provides stability and accelerates progress toward financial independence. Daily tracking combined with weekly reviews compounds your control. Finally, remove the miscellaneous category and tag every transaction explicitly. Next, a quick summary to guide your next steps. Here's your action summary. Audit the last 90 days and label every transaction by purpose. Build granular categories and eliminate the miscellaneous bucket. Create sinking funds for non-monthly costs and automate monthly transfers. Target fixed expenses at or below 60% of income. Review your progress weekly and adjust category limits monthly. Use a specialized tool or a detailed spreadsheet to capture every dollar. Before we close, a quick disclaimer. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. Everyone's circumstances are different. Consult a qualified professional for guidance tailored to your situation. With that noted, let's wrap up. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, please like the video, share it with someone who still has a miscellaneous category, and subscribe for weekly strategies that move you closer to financial independence. Drop a comment describing which sinking fund you're creating first and what fixed expense you plan to attack. I read every comment. See you in the next one.